I've always loved when people created these giant heads for their kiddos during a sporting event. And I tried to look them up myself, and they were so expensive. I think the cheapest I found was like $30. You can get them on Etsy for around that. And then as they get bigger, they're even more expensive. So I thought with my startup, I'd do something fun. And so I've introduced a player heads for your kiddos. So if you've got a player card, you just head over to players.cards/heads, or you can just go to playerhead.com. It goes to the same site. And when you're here, you'll see a little option to create your own player head. So let me show you how it works. You just click on DIY player head and then choose your athlete. So let's do my daughter and hit next. You can either use their avatar or upload a photo. Most of the time, you're going to want to upload a photo because you want to be zoomed in and have a high quality image of their head instead of just their profile page. So you select the picture you want and say it looks good. And here is where you're going to configure some options. So for me, I'm going to choose the letter size because I'm just going to use my normal printer. But you can also send it off to a photo, like a 1-hour photo, for some more high quality images. Like you do 8x10s or even 4x6s. I know sometimes some of those companies have, 9-cent prints. So if you do a bunch of the 4x6s, you can see it creates these little tiles. So there's going to be way more if you've got the smaller pictures. But I'm going to do the letter size. And then what is your total size? So I'm using this poster board that I found from the dollar store, and it is 30 inches by 20 inches. So we'll do that. The margin, I just set it to 0, but it's basically the space that you want around the image. You can also use your printer and have it set that for you, but that's the margin. I turn off this label, but if you want to make sure, especially if you got a bunch of little ones, that they all go back together afterwards, you can turn on the tile. And then on the back, you'll get a QR code so that anyone who's sitting behind you can scan the QR code and then see your athlete's player card, which is awesome for exposure events and tournaments. If you want to get the attention of some of the recruits, they can follow along with your athlete. So let's hit generate. All right, from here you've got two options. You can either do a PDF or a zip file, and the zip file is the JPEG, so if you were going to do the 1-hour photo, you'd choose the picture version, but I am going to download the PDF. All right, and here's what it looks like. So it breaks that photo, it's not the highest quality for me, but into the smaller pieces of my athlete. I can see what they look like and how they're going to come back together. And then I've also got this page at the end to scan to see her player card. So let's hit print, and I will pause and show you as I put it back together. All right, here's the items that you're gonna need to make your big head. You don't have to have this cool kind of paper cutter, but it helps create those straight lines if you have to cut off any white edges. I also got this adhesive spray for getting it to stick on whatever you're gonna put it on. You can also use a glue stick. We got the box cutter, any old piece of cardboard. This is from something I bought on Amazon, so I'm gonna reuse that. I also went to the dollar store and found these foam boards. This one was $1.25, and it is about 20 inches by 30 inches, which makes a really good size head. So that's not too bad. You can also get them at Hobby Lobby. I think the Hobby Lobby one was $1.75, so not much more expensive. So this is all you need. And there you have it. Here is my player head from players.cards. You can see it turned out pretty cool, especially from far away. It's a big head of my daughter with anyone sitting behind us can scan her QR code to pull up all the information about her. This one was free because I had this box from an Amazon delivery and yeah, just used my existing printer and paper to create her head. Now, obviously, it's not the best quality. If you scan in close, you can see there's the lines from the pieces of paper coming together, and I think my printer ink was running out in a couple places, so it's a little bit obvious, but from far away, I know she's going to be excited to see her face in the crowd at her next softball game. And I've done two so far. My twin daughters, one head's a little bit bigger than the other, but both of them were pretty easy to do, both on cardboard. One used 4 pieces of paper, and the other one used what did I end up with? 9 different sheets. So turned out awesome, so fun. Can't wait to see their reaction to their faces in the crowd at their softball game.